All right, you're welcome back. We're still talking AFRIFF, the Africa International Film Festival, and I have here with me Chioma Onyewe, Programme Coordinator for AFRIFF. Thanks for joining us. And of course, Queen Martins, AFRIFF, you're also one of the scholarship participants.
Exactly.
Thanks for being here with us. Let's start with you, Chioma, now, because I have a lot of questions on AFRIFF. And why are we doing this? And it's the 5th edition, I know. And you probably have achieved stuff, which is why you keep doing it. What is the purpose of AFRIFF?
So there's another Chioma Onyewe, the founder of AFRIFF, just saying hello.
Is that a thing? I mean, should we change our names? Maybe that's how we get the job.
So yes, I think the idea behind AFRIFF was to celebrate African filmmakers and to grow the industry from within and to create some sort of structure within the industry. AFRIFF has grown in leaps and bounds. I think every year she has this thought like, why am I doing this? But then every year, you know, so many people buy into it, into all the aspects of the festival, the training, the film screenings, the industry sessions, the networking parties, and the rest. So it's just grown in leaps and bounds. So many people have stories tied to coming to AFRIFF. You know, I made a film from being in AFRIFF 2 years ago. So there are so many stories, 30 days in Atlanta. There are just so many people that can tie some relationships and connections to the festival for the whole of the year. So
putting you on the spot a bit now, is this one of those things that we call Africa International just in name? Is this not a Nigerian festival?
It actually isn't.
Okay.
This year we're screening 180 films, for instance. Only about 40% of them are Nigerian.
Okay.
In the training sessions, people that went to Montana this year, two of them are from Ethiopia, one was from Kenya. So the idea is really to be Pan-African. Earlier this year, we partnered with South African KZN, the KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission, and Durban International Film Festival. So there's a South Africa Day within the festival. There's Chinese Day in the festival. So there's, you know, from the Canadian Embassy to the Finland Embassy to Kenya to Ghana to Ivory Coast. So yes, it's definitely a Pan-African and international festival.
So just beyond the name.
It's an international
Hope
festival.
you guys heard that.
Yeah.
Let's go to you, Queen, now. What is this scholarship about? What can you give us a story? What is that about?
Okay, well, they picked 10 students. There were like different courses. So there was cinematography, there was directing, there was screenwriting, there was acting. And so they picked 10 of the best students. Well, I mean, I wasn't part of the initial 10, you know, so...
You were 11?
I wasn't even, you know. So, I mean, I think maybe it was just through the grace of God. I just got an email from Chioma saying, oh, Queen, would you be available for the training? And I'm like, of course I would be. And then I found out it was Montana, and I was a bit skeptical.
Montana in the
US.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I mean, I hadn't been to Montana, and most people that I knew as well, who had been to the US as well, hadn't been to Montana. So it was, you know, I'm like,
It's quite random.
Yeah, you know, and of course, and with all the racial profiling going on at the time, it was like, I hope there won't be any racism and stuff. But the experience was totally different from what I expected. You know, it was fun. It was being able to, I mean, it was like filming National Geographic. Because the scene there, you know, the lecture was infused with fun. We had to go to different places. And what was really outstanding for me was a lecture with someone called Kelly Matheson, where she was talking really about the essence of using your content for social, you know, activism and really touching on social issues. So it was a very enlightening
What did you go
experience.
for?
Directing.
Okay. And so this is a school. And how long
Yes.
did this go for?
A month.
Okay.
It was 4 months.
Great stuff. What do you do these things for? What does AFRIFF get from all of this? I mean, we just talked to Gideon and Cheon, and they had this whole month spent at Relativity School in LA. You're sending people to Montana. What is the point?
Well, the training was the initial kind of CSR for the festival. So every year, they trained over 100 students from screenwriting to cinematography to acting. And then I think it's grown beyond even the festival. Like last year, Ford Foundation came on board. We had a Desicon sponsor, and they said, you know, they're going to take 15 students abroad. This year, they've come back and they said they're going to take 20. And then Africa Magic has come and said, we're going to employ 50 of the best. And then, you know, Ford Foundation came back and AfriNolly, and they said, you know what, we're going to commission them to make films after they come back. And then they're full scholarship. So when something like that happens, I think you just have to say, you know, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. And that's just the training alone. And then the connections, the networking that happens within the festival. There's so many, like I said before, there's so many kind of stories that come out of it. But then it's rewarding, and then it's a very rewarding enterprise.
So since you've been back now, when did you get back?
Got back in July.
Okay, what's been your story since then with application of, whatever it is you've learned?
Well, of course, I've been able to put what I learned into my work. I produce for Moments with Mo. And I've also started working on a film, and I don't want to discuss details yet. Yes, and the networking was amazing because it opened doors for discussions with Ford Foundation and partnership with AFRIFF as well. So it's been very rewarding.
Something I'd asked Gideon about festivals generally, seeing how massive Nollywood is, festivals seem to be very new here, almost like we never really took it seriously. I mean, the one in Senegal, I think, Burkina Faso. FESPACO has been, the one that everybody knows or talks about. Ousmane Sembene, who's passed away, was like the father, of film on the continent. But like Nigeria, what is going on? Now, AFRIFF is coming, and it looks like, yeah, it's starting to get steady. I mean, it's 5 years now. 5 years is probably a long enough time to, say you've matured and all of that. Why are festivals not in our culture here, seeing as films have always been a part of, our society here?
Well, I think FESPACO has always been kind of celebrating Francophone Africa in terms of like the French cinema. So we don't make the same kind of films because our stories are story-led. So I think for...
Theirs are more grant-led.
This is true. We go straight to the markets and reach out straight to the people. So for a long time, I think people have sent their films out to film festivals, but then it hasn't been part of us, basically. So for AFRIFF, for the first 4 years, it's been completely free of charge, and it's mainly just teaching people what festivals are about. And it's very selective as well. We had like 600 submissions, and we only picked about 120 from the submissions.
This year or last year?
This year.
Okay.
So it's been very kind of key and selective. So now the industry is being aware, and there are festivals here as well. There's the Abuja Film Festival. There are a couple of festivals here. I know there's Lights Camera Africa. So it's
starting to.
Yes. So it's now more because festivals are more kind of like critique-led and industry-led, and filmmakers
putting
watching
yourself
your
out
film,
there is like a little.
Put yourself out there like this is my film. Am I good? And Nigerian films are more customer and market-led. So now it's a good mix. It's a good mix because films are getting critical appeal, but they're also getting market appeal. So I think it's encouraging the industry.
Still staying with you now, because I think I mentioned it to Gideon as well. About the things that happen on the sidelines, the small seminars and talk shops and all of that usually happen on the side. Some are usually very heated and controversial, and here I was there in 2013, so I witnessed quite a few of them. I'm talking about the Nollywood divide, pretty much. I always say people say there are two industries. I say there are four. There's Nollywood, there's Kannywood, there's Asaba, then there's the Yoruba side of things as well. There's probably more, even more than this four. Why are we not? Why do we even need to be one? Maybe that should be the question.
Well, I think we're united with our passion. So we're all very passionate. Yeah. But then, yes, we have different stories to tell. We have different experiences. So Nollywood is I think the umbrella term. But then people make different films. People tell that I think it's the need to contain it as one and to report it as one, or to give an umbrella term or an umbrella name. Okay. But they make different everywhere in the world. They make different kind of filmmakers making different kinds of films. They identify their different markets and they make their money and go. So
because you might just decide what
there's really no need for any kind of like divisiveness.
Just before we go now, so what's the website?
www.afriff.com. Like you said, you mentioned about sessions. We have sessions from Bank of Industry. We have master classes with Mildred Okwo. We have lighting design master classes within the festival. We have a South Africa Day talking about co-productions.
So
there's a lot. British Council is coming on board. So there's so much content within the festival as an industry member, and then as a festival, as a film lover as well. There are 180
so
films.
Anybody can come, even if you're
everybody can watch films.
I can just go on afriff.com now and register?
Yes.
Even if I don't have one film to show?
Yes. I think you like watching films. Everybody is welcome. There's so many events. The opening film is on Sunday. We're inviting everybody to come.
Okay. afriff.com, that's AFRIFF.
Yes, AFRIFF.com.
Thank you very much, Chioma. Thank you very much, Queen.
I'm
looking forward to the festival. I'll try and sneak in once or twice.
Hi.
I mean, the films I always show are very interesting, so it would be nice to be there. Maybe not just for the parties.
And even for that, I mean, that's a valid reason.
It's something to go for at least.
Yes.
But like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter. WhyNigerTV is the handle, the hashtag to follow. Please drop in mind. You can also visit the website, whyniger.com. Remember, you've never seen your people talk like this before. I'll see you next week.